Yeah, woohoo! Yeah, we finally get Chewie! Yeah, woohoo! Wait, is that another Han? What the? Hey guys, what is going on? McMull2 here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are discussing the brand new Veteran Smuggler Han and Chewie that were just revealed for the game. We'll talk about their kits, we'll look at some gameplay footage, and then we'll talk about having a fourth Han in the game. I know some people are going to be unhappy about that. I'll give my thoughts about that at the very end. So let's go ahead and start with their kits, and then we will go from there. We are taking a look at Smuggler Han first, and first up is his basic attack, True Shot. It deals physical damage to the target enemy with a 50% chance to attack again. This chance is doubled if the target is debuffed, so basically think of him like a Zeta Han Solo, and then he will inflict stagger for 2 turns when he attacks the second time. Next up, we have his ability, Can I Try That? You may remember this from Force Awakens, where he just kind of uses the bowcaster from Chewie. Basically, what he's going to do here is he's going to do an AoE attack. It's going to stun the primary target for 1 turn, and then an 80% chance to inflict ability block on all enemies for 1 turn as well. Now looking at the abilities for Veteran Smuggler Chewbacca, his basic attack is Explosive Bolt. It will deal physical damage to the target enemy with an 80% chance to daze them for 2 turns. And then the other ability for Veteran Smuggler Chewbacca here is called Furious Blow. He will deal physical damage to the target enemy, he dispels all buffs on them and stuns them for 1 turn, and then inflicts speed down on all enemies for 2 turns. Basically, what's going on here is Chewbacca goes into like a grizzly bear mode and just completely mauls the opposing team. And let me tell you, man, this actually looks like a really cool ability animation. Now, looking at their unique abilities, and this is where they really start to get interesting, you can see Chewbacca's uniques are here first. He has 25% crit chance and 50% health steal. When Veteran Smuggler Han Solo takes damage, Chewbacca gains 20% crit damage until he scores a critical hit. This crit damage stacks, and whenever Han Solo is defeated, Chewbacca gains 100% turn meter, his cooldowns are reset, and he gains an additional turn after his next turn. Basically follows the canon of the movie. And his second unique ability is called Let the Wookiee Win. At the start of each enemy turn, Chewbacca gains 12% offense, stacking until he uses 2 abilities. So in other words, until he goes twice, he's going to gain a lot of bonus offense. So maybe look at keeping him kind of slow, make sure that he really helps fight against those really speed-heavy teams. And now looking at the uniques for Veteran Smuggler Han Solo, you can see his first unique is the exact same as Chewbacca's. He gains the crit chance and health steal, he gains the stacking crit damage so he scores a critical hit, and he gets the 100% turn meter with the cooldown reductions and the additional turn. So basically the exact same unique as Chewbacca there. And then his second unique is called Swindle. Whenever an enemy gains a buff, Han gains 25% counter chance until the end of his next turn. Whenever Han gains a debuff, he gains 50% defense until the end of his next turn. And whenever Han gains any status effect, he gains 50% armor penetration until the end of his next turn. So no matter what happens on the field, if he gets debuffed, if he gains a buff, if the opposing team gains a buff, he's basically going to be doing a lot more damage overall. And that's really good. He's going to be more survivable. So throwing him in against a team that does a lot of debuffs and also a lot of buffs is really going to be vital here, because it's really going to help boost up the damage overall for Han. So looking at this arena footage, you're going to notice that the arena timer is set to 30 minutes. This is just a developer build. Don't worry, there is no 30-minute arena timer coming, so please don't worry about that. But you can see they're running the Veteran Smuggler Han and Chewie behind a Boba Fett lead, which is really nice here because they're both scoundrels. They're going to gain synergy from that Boba Fett lead. So, you know, maybe the Boba Fett lead is going to make a comeback now, but of course also that bonus crit chance and crit damage between them is really going to do a lot of damage too. You can see every time that they're going to be taking damage, the other one is going to end up dealing a lot of bonus damage on their next hit. So you'll see here with Furious Blows from Chewbacca and the Can I Try This from Veteran Smuggler Han Solo, going to be doing a lot of damage overall, and that's really good. Like, you'll see they just do a ton of damage once they both start taking damage, and it's going to be pretty nasty. The trick with modding both of those characters is that you want to make sure that you stack up their crit chance and crit damage, but also make sure you don't really stack up a lot of speed on Veteran Smuggler Chewbacca, because what you can do with him is if you have him going really slow and you're finding a team that really relies on a lot of speed, Chewbacca is going to gain a lot of bonus damage every time that enemy takes a turn. And what you can do with that is you can basically make it so that after 5 or 6 enemy turns with Chewbacca, there is a ton of damage coming out from Chewbacca. He's going to be gaining a lot of bonus offense. So making sure that you can mod him slowly is going to be really key here, because then you're just going to be able to do a lot of damage. You can see with that Furious Blow, did well over 30,000. I mean, that's a lot of damage for one hit. And of course, if one of them dies, the other one gains bonus turns and cooldown resets. So really, at the end of the day, there's a huge amount of synergy, and you'd be foolish to not run them both together in one team. So really, at the end of the day, make sure you run them both together. Make sure you mod them for crit chance and crit damage, and probably look at keeping the speed on Chewbacca pretty slow. That way, you're not going to have a lot of turns from him, and you're really going to gain the benefit of his stacking offense overall. So that's what I think about mods. We'll keep going through these arena matches. Let's go ahead and talk about what's going on with the fact that we now have a 4th Han in the game. So in the past month, we've had 2 reworks for Hans. We've had the Stormtrooper Han and the OG Raid Han both get reworked, both got Zetas. The OG Raid Han is really, really good now with his Zetas. And we also just got a Captain Han Solo for the Hoth territory battle, and of course that is a brand new Han. You know, there wasn't too much outcry from that, but now we're getting a 4th Han, and not just that, but it's the only way we're really seeming to be getting a new Chewbacca, and the community has been asking for a Chewbacca for a long time. Personally, I am very happy that we're finally getting a Chewbacca. I'm really glad to see him, but I kind of wish we could get one that had some synergies with the OG Raid Han, you know, the one that we've all been expecting for a while. Give him a Chewbacca that gives some synergies with that Han. That would be nice. But at the same time, I think this is all to deal with the fact that we're having the Last Jedi movie coming out in December. I think that this was supposed to come out for when The Force Awakens came out, but with everything else we had going on with the AAT raid and the ships and everything else, I think Veteran Smuggler Han and Chewie probably got pushed back, and we're just now getting them finally. So there is that to consider, but also looking at these abilities, they do look pretty good, and they do seem to work well together, and I think that there was a lot of love and care put into these characters, and for that, that's good. It didn't feel like they were just rushing to the game to just say, hey, here's your Chewbacca that you guys have been working for. So thank you, CG, for at least giving us some really good Han and Chewie characters here. I'm glad to see the synergy with them, though I still do wish that we had gotten an OG Chewie to go with the OG Raid Han, but I will take what I can get here. But also, one other thing we should discuss real quick, you guys may have noticed it already, Han and Chewie are the pilots of the Millennium Falcon. We are getting the Episode 7 versions of Han and Chewie, but they do not have any synergy at all with the Episode 7 Millennium Falcon. That is still going to be dealt with Rey and Finn piloting them. So I'm sure that's going to cause some controversy. I do kind of wish we could get a Millennium Falcon here. I'd love to see an OG Millennium Falcon with some kind of synergy with that OG Raid Han, you know, get that ship in there. But I really do think that it does feel kind of weird that we now have the Episode 7 Millennium Falcon, we have an Episode 7 Han and Chewie, and there's no relation between them. There's nothing there to really put them together. You can't use them for that ship. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people in the community that don't feel happy about that. And I mean, that's understandable. I mean, we do kind of feel like that there should be something there to help push with ships with Han and Chewie, but at the end of the day, we really can't. So that is my thoughts overall on the Han and Chewie and the fact that we're getting a 4th Han. I do like the synergies here. I do like the fact that there does seem to be a lot of attention and care put into them, and there does seem to be following the canon with these 2 characters. So at the end of the day, I can say that I'm pretty happy with what we have here, but I do wish we did have another OG Chewie to go with the OG Raid Han, but I will take what I can get here. So that is my thoughts overall, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you all have any questions, feel free to ask. Feel free to like and share this video. Subscribe to my channel for more content in the future. I'll let you guys see a couple more arena matches. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.